For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity Fan Fibre website. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 4 of the Southampton Career Mode here on FIFA 18. In the last one, we made a couple of good signings. One marquee signing and one youngster that hopefully will prove to be a very good addition to the team in the long term. That being Justin Kluivert from Ajax. Quincy Promes has gone straight into the starting lineup at striker. And as you can see, Justin Kluivert on the bench here. We are in the process of trying to move on a couple more players, though, to free up the funds to bring in maybe one more player in this window. On the transfer list are Stuart Taylor, Fraser Forster, Florian Gardosh, and then a couple of strikers in the form of Charlie Austin and Manolo Gabbiadini. We could raise a decent amount of money with those sales if they come through. Where I would improve, however, is still of question. Whether we sign another wide midfielder, whether we sign a wide defender or a centre-back, or even move Quincy Promes to the wide midfield and think about maybe buying a striker. One player I would very much like to bring in, as we mentioned in the last episode, if possible, the first player that I would target once I raise some extra funds is the left-back Kieran Tierney from Celtic. I would very much like to bring him into the club if we possibly can. After that, I'm probably going to strengthen at centre-back or maybe goalkeeper if we're able to sell on Fraser Forster. We'll have to wait and see how things go. We have had an extra game scheduled in the month of August, that being the Carabao Cup tie against Stoke City. So the game that was against West Ham on the 20th has been moved to the 17th. We'll start with the opening day of the Premier League season here, though, against Swansea, and then follow that up with the game against West Ham before then moving on to Stoke and Huddersfield in the next episode, and fingers crossed, by which point we'll have had the sales come through so that we can sign another couple of players. Swansea can play in black, I think is probably the best option, and I like the starting lineup as it is with Quincy Promes at striker, so he will make his debut here, and Justin Kluivert will undoubtedly have some part to play in today's two games with regards coming on and making his debut too. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button. No, that's not what I meant to say. Hit the notification button as well as the subscribe button to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. You get notified every single time a video goes live. There'll have been a Roma Career Mode episode uploaded earlier on today as well. So check the channel page for that or anything else you may have missed over the past few days. But let's go and see if we can get a win in our first Premier League game after struggling a little bit in pre-season. Swansea playing a 4-3-3. No obvious new signings in the starting lineup. They do have, of course, Wilfried Bony. That is a new signing, but we obviously knew that that was a thing anyway. So no new signings with regards the save, as opposed to new signings that Swansea have made IRL. We'll have to wait and see who comes out on top. Lovely ball down the line into Wilfried Bony. Wearing the number 2 for them, strangely, but he's got the strength there. And Andre Ayew's in. Thankfully, a really poor shot from him. That was very, very nearly 1-0 to Swansea in the opening 5 minutes. We haven't been that good in pre-season. I'm expecting it to be a difficult opening year here at Southampton. Not sure how well we'll get on in the league with regards to our overall league position by the end of year number 1. Providing we can improve throughout the season, both with new signings, myself becoming more accustomed to the team and learning how to play with certain players, and hopefully with Quincy Promes, that's a poor shot in the end, and hopefully with some growth of the players we already have as well, we could maybe kind of start slow and finish strong. But we've definitely started slow with regards to the pre-season tournament. Promes here, hopefully starting as he means to go on. That is a great finish from Quincy. We are 1-0 in front here after 11 minutes. That is exactly what you want from a new striker on his debut. Slightly poor earlier on with the effort, but I did rush it on his left foot. But that is a beautiful finesse effort. Questions asked to Fabianski there. But still, all you can do is shoot and get it on target and aim for the corners. And if the keeper's going to make a mistake, there's not too much you can do about that. 1-0 Southampton. Nathan Dyer just kicks past Bertrand, trying to track back and get back in position. It's a decent cross, and Bony might win this. Oh. Jordan Ayew did, and it goes wide of the target. That was not far away at all from an immediate Swansea response. That's Andre Ayew down the line to Nathan Dyer. They seem to be using his pace on the right hand side a lot. That was really lucky the way it dropped the ball for Bonnie. Maya Yoshida's done well to at least slow Bonnie up. Oh, he's turned well, and the shot is again just whiskers wide. How Swansea haven't equalised, I don't know. Dyer picked off by Lamina. Threw that gap to be foul. I thought Bertrand was going to continue that run, but he didn't. Rather frustratingly, but we at least are going to continue the attack. And actually, it's good footwork from James Ward-Prowse. Quincy Promes is in. I like this. I like Quincy Promes a lot. It's the first time I've actually signed him in any series. And judging by the way he's playing here, I question why I haven't done it sooner. Absolutely superb run. Great touch there and the pace to get on the end of it. And a decent finish on the end of it too. 2 goals for him on debut. 2 goals for us. Bonnie. Out wide here to Nathan Dyer. Oh, it's a lovely ball through to Bonnie. And that is a finish and a half. Not what I needed. They could have scored on 2 or 3 occasions previous to that, to be fair. But cuts inside, and this ball here from Ayew is perfect. And then that is a deadly finish from the Ivorian. Really good strike. Swansea back in it. A goal on debut for Bonnie to go with 2 goals on debut for Promes. Wide to Nathan Dyer. Andrea has the obvious ball out wide to Carl Norton there. Loop towards the back post. Cedric's up and hits behind for a Swansea corner. Andre Ayew will take. Both Ayew's playing in this one. Oh, it's a good header. I think that came off Wesley Hurt last. It did. Another corner for Andre Ayew to whip in. Is it going to be another goal for Swansea? Maybe, when his header was on target, but straight down the throat of the keeper. Jordan Ayew. Sent there to Leon Britton, who's going to start the second half the stronger. So nice ball out wide by Britton there. Here's Leroy Fer. Into Britton. To Wilfred Bonnie. They've started the second half the stronger, evidently. But again, Bonnie misses the target. Question his finishing, or his consistency with his finishing, because the goal he scored was amazing. He's had 2 arguably better chances in this game, both of which he's put wide of the post. Oh, it's a good cross. Oh, great. I was mid-yawn as the cross came in, so I didn't get the chance to commentate on it, annoyingly. Just as I questioned Bonnie's ability and consistency in front of goal, he goes and pops up with a header like that. Great. Swansea 2, Southampton 2. Prowse bursting forward. Wait for Promes to make the right run. He's made a run. Is it the right run? Nice turn. Looking to replicate the finessed effort from earlier, and he has done. 3 on debut for Quincy Promes. Why have I never signed this guy before? Deadly. Unbelievable debut. 3-2. Yoshida over the top. This is Justin Kluivert's first touch of the ball as a Southampton player. Nice little run too. Ward-Prowse. Tackled by Alfie Mawson, unfortunately. Justin Kluivert's come on the right-hand side for Nathan Redmond. Can play on either wing, so I don't see any problem in bringing him on for either Buffal or Redmond, depending on the situation. Lovely run by Jordan Ayew, but luckily for me his pass is misplaced. Here's Sofiane Buffal. We'll give that into James Ward-Prowse. I'll look for Quincy Promes. We'll turn it quickly. Ward-Prowse not the fastest, so we'll look for support. And here is Buffal. Turn and get that to Promes again. He scored 3. Can he score 4? No. Good save by Fabianski. 10 minutes to go. Jordan Ayew going off for them. James Ward-Prowse will deliver this corner. It's a decent delivery, but headed away by Andre Ayew, who's going to win that foot race. Bertrand, thankfully. Hurt out wide here to Cedric. I wanted to dink that in towards Quincy Promes, but Olsen's stolen it off me. Lamina cuts that out well, though. I might make a change in the midfield, actually, and bring Pierre-Emile Højbjerg on soon. In fact, I'll do that now. 7 minutes to go. And for the time being, at least, we stay 3-2 in front. Ayew. Højbjerg into Ward-Prowse. Poke that through for Quincy Promes, who's in for a 4th. Oh, he's hit the post. He could have had 2 hat-tricks. He could have had 2 hat-tricks in this game, Quincy Promes. I can't quite believe he's been as good as he has been. I know he always comes highly recommended by you guys, and I can see why now. Bertrand with a good header. It's going to come back towards my goal though. I'd very much rather not concede a late equaliser to Swansea here. 3 points on the opening day would be preferable, obviously. Olsen back to Andre Ayew. Dinked out wide here to Leroy Fer. There is 3 minutes added on, and we are probably about halfway through that now. Maya Yoshida heads that away though. Buffal to Kluivert to James Ward-Prowse, and out wide here to Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, and that should be the game done and dusted. If I could just keep possession now, knock it around amongst ourselves. Oh yes, there we go. A 3-2 win on the opening day thanks to a hat-trick on debut from Quincy Promes. He is superb. Back to the transfer window and then West Ham. No transfer news whatsoever to bring to you between the 2 games, so it's into a second home game against West Ham this time around. They can play in their home kit, that'll be fine. There won't be any sort of kit clash there. We'll start with the same 11 and hopefully get the same result. 5 at the back for West Ham, with Mark Noble and Sheikh Kouyaté holding, and Manuel Lanzini sat behind Andy Carroll and Michail Antonio. Defensive formation, a narrow 1-2, unless of course Zabaleta and Cresswell tend to push forward a lot from wing-back. We will have to wait and see. So across there to Noble, into Antonio, back to Noble again. Lanzini to Michail Antonio. So Aaron Cresswell, looking for Andy Carroll. Thankfully Lamina was there. In fact it was Mark Noble, not Andy Carroll in the middle that was chasing onto that. Cresswell and Zabaleta have tended to push forward as we expected they might well do. And James Collins with the header of all people on the edge of the 6-yard box with the ball that goes wide of the post. Had the attentions of a couple of people around him, which may have put him off, but that's a good chance for West Ham. So to Antonio, to Andy Carroll, to Manuel Lanzini out wide here to Pablo Zabaleta. Back to Lanzini, to Zabaleta again. As we mentioned, the wide men are pushing forward. McCarthy with a punch. It drops straight to Sheikh Kouyaté, who blazes that well high and wide. David Moyes will be livid. That was a really good chance then, just to keep the ball on target at the very least, to try and get themselves a goal there with the keeper otherwise engaged, lying down on the floor. Lanzini, I'll have that, thank you. It's going to drop free though to Mark Noble. Now my defenders are out of position. Zabaleta cuts inside. He's got the run there of Andy Carroll. Draws it across and Yoshida gets it away, thankfully. Play this over the top again, looking for Buffal. It's a really poor ball. Zabaleta cuts it out. It was probably a foul, and they will take the advantage. Zabaleta could cross here first time, has done exactly that. Antonio knocks it down. Andy Carroll, I'm trying to get a block on it, I can't, but luckily he misses the target. The way things are going in this game, it's only a matter of time before West Ham take the lead. Half an hour in, they have by far been the better team. Cedric, see the run there pushing forward from Lamina. James Ward-Prowse is trying to... Is that a foul from behind? It is. Just trying to hold him off. Kouyaté going to get a booking for that? He's not. Now James Ward-Prowse does have superb free kicks on him. Can we bend this into the back of the net? No. Not even close to going into the back of the net. I put enough power on that to get it up and over, and it barely even made it above the midriff of the players in the wall. It was particularly frustrating. Cedric will find Quincy Promes here. We'll look to scoop 10 past James Collins, but he's not to be fooled by that. Nice interception from Romeu. As always, defensively solid. Yoshida's getting a little bit adventurous, being that far forward. Here's Quincy Promes, though, trying to shake off the attentions of James Collins, which he did very well, and the snapshot was a little bit further away than I was hoping it was going to be. Trying to just find anywhere on that left-hand side of the goal, but unfortunately only found the left-hand side of the stand. Lamina, cross it to Bertrand. Now, it was Swansea that started the brighter in the last game of the second half. Can we... Oh, is that a foul? It is. Good position for a free kick. Can we start the brighter in the second half in game number 2? James Ward-Prowse had a free kick earlier on that was terrible. I'm going to try and get this one over the wall. Okay, so free kicks with James Ward-Prowse aren't going as I would have expected them to. Both free kicks in this game have not done what I've basically... They've not followed the inputs I've used with the controller. The first one I tried to get... I put like 2.5 bars of power, tried to get it up over the wall, and it went straight into the testes of those in the wall. And then that one I tried to get up and over the top of the wall and used, you know, the right directional input and power input with the controller, and he's kicked it around the side of the wall. So I might need to try taking free kicks with someone else, because clearly the technique of James Ward-Prowse doesn't suit the way that I'm trying to take free kicks. Or maybe I can contemplate changing the angle of the run-up. Maybe that would change the way that he strikes the ball. I'm not sure. I'll have to give it a go. But it's all part of the learning curve, trying to get used to a new team. James Ward-Prowse is a very good free kick taker, and his stats mirror that. It's just that his in-game performance, to this point, hasn't mirrored that. Quincy Promes will look for Nathan Redmond through that gap, but Aaron Cresswell has cut that out brilliantly, and Joe Hart will clear. There's Andy Carroll, cross blocks by Yoshida, but drops to Carroll again, to Lanzini. Oh, the ball roll's done me, but it's a good save. Drops back to him and he misses the target. No excuses for Manuel Lanzini there. Free open target in front of him, and he's kicked it straight into the side netting. West Ham here have brought on João Mario for Mark Noble. Mario, one of the new signings that are part of the updated squads. Of course, West Ham signing João Mario from Inter Milan in January in real life, but they've got him from the beginning of the season in the save. Now, can Quincy Promes? I was just going to try and show a little bit of footwork there, but it didn't quite work. Can James Ward-Prowse get the shot off? No, it won't quite drop to Nathan Redmond either. Keep that in, please, Cedric. Well, you know, despite me telling you to run at the ball, just run past it so that I get the throw in, and West Ham can reset their entire defensive line, and then Oriol Romeu just heads it straight back to West Ham. Well, that's gone tremendously, hasn't it? Nice interception from Justin Kluivert. And then to Dusan Tadic, who's come on for James Ward-Prowse. Lemina across to Bertrand. Could do with Justin Kluivert being back in position, but unfortunately he's not. Bertrand intercepts well, though. Ping that across there to Cedric and maybe come on the right-hand side instead. They've taken off Zabaleta for Sam Byram. So they've made changes too. Try and work this back. It's Nathan Redmond. Actually, Quincy Promes made a good secondary run, but I can't find him. We'll get it to Redmond again. And across here to Dusan Tadic. Turn in on his left. Look to finesse it. That's not quite worked. Romeu though to Nathan Redmond. Snapshot early. Deflected, was it? No, it was just scooped with horrible technique well over the bar. Mario forward into Andy Carroll. Good ball through there to Michail Antonio. I see the runner in the middle. I've got to be careful of that. But Antonio could shoot himself. Lanzini can't get the shot off because Cedric has done brilliantly. Here's João Mario though. Sam Byram. Still off him with Justin Kluivert. The answer's no. The answer's yes. At the second attempt, Sam Byram still comes away with it. It's annoying. That's the only thing about Justin Kluivert. He's not that physical. But hopefully he won't find himself in defensive areas like that. That's well struck. He won't find himself in defensive areas like that too often, so his lack of physicality isn't going to become too much of an issue, because offensively I can avoid situations like that with him with my own build-up play. When it comes to the defensive side of things, he just has to get stuck in as and where needed. Tadic with a good turn and gets that to Quincy Promes. That's a foul, thank you very much. Right, now James Ward-Prowse has gone off, so now it's Dusan Tadic's turn to have a free kick from a decent position. Yellow card for James Collins, understandably so. Promes left him standing there. Quincy Promes can take the free kick, can he? I actually thought Dusan Tadic had better free kick stats than that. He's got good curve though, and I like his run up. So let's see what Dusan Tadic can do from the set piece. Oh, decent, but actually bent straight into the arms of Joe Hart. I would like to score a couple of free kicks with this team, but I clearly need practice. Here's Antonio. Oh, it's a good cross. And how is João Mario on his own? Where is Ryan Bertrand? With 8 minutes to go, West Ham take the lead. He had that entire half of the box to himself. Where's my defence? Look at him. Bertrand ran all the way in with Andy Carroll when Maya Yoshida was right there with him. Didn't need to track that run. Oh, and the Portuguese has tucked that in nicely at the near post. It looks like we're going to lose here against West Ham. And to do so with such a glaring error is particularly frustrating. Redmond. Nice ball around the corner to Cedric. Back there to Redmond. Into Dusan Tadic. Through the gap there to Promes, who turns well. Quincy Promes. Oh, Justin Kluivert. How? Lemina. No. Oh, I can't believe I've not equalised. I was certain Promes was going to score with that driven low shot. And then as it dropped to Justin Kluivert, I thought, oh well, my luck's still in because I'm going to score here. Off the bar, Bertrand misses the interception there and Andy Carroll's in behind. Don't tell me they're going to go 2-0 up at the other end. Oh, Cedric got something on that, I think. And it is going to be a corner. How have I not equalised there through Justin Kluivert or Quincy Promes? Corner comes in from Lanzini, headed away by Yoshida, but only as far as Phil Jones, actually, on the edge of the box. And works away well. Oh, there's the final whistle. Oh, inches away. Inches away from a point, but it is defeat at home against West Ham in frustrating fashion. If it wasn't frustrating enough to concede the goal with Bertrand's lack of positional sense, to then go at the other end and hit the bar just before the final whistle makes it even more annoying. 3 points from our opening 2 Premier League games of the season. It was all right. Let's just throw away our frustrations, shall we? Transfer for Fraser Forster from Stoke, interestingly, when I'm interested in Jack Butland. What would be nice would be if you could, rather than, like, obviously, if I'm approaching someone I can offer a player, what would be nice if I could ask for a player. That would be pretty cool. I'm going to propose a new transfer fee, and I'm going to ask for 10. And we'll see if they'll give me 10 for him. 8.3. Okay, I'll counter. How about 9.2? They should accept that. 8.5. All right. How about 9? Say yes. Good boy. Right, it looks like Fraser Forster might be on his way out. That would free up some extra cash nicely. And we'll be able to spend that in the next episode, I would presume, unless the money comes in before this Stoke game. Which it may do, or it may not. If you haven't to this point, do hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel too if you haven't already. Fraser Forster sold. Right, now how much money have I got in my transfer budget now? Florian Gardosh is asking to make a request. No. Unless maybe playing him in the cup might put him in the shop window. I've still not really got enough to go after Kieran Tierney, have I? I could try it. He's valued at 9 million. Let's try. The only thing I'm worried about is they're not being able to go back in for him. I'll approach to buy it. We'll see what they say. We'll see what they say. Would you be interested in someone that I don't want? Someone like Florian Gardosh, perhaps? Oh, they're looking to bring in a left back. I don't really have any other. I mean, Sam McQueen. I could use Sam McQueen. Would you be interested in Sam McQueen? Okay, player plus cash. Well, I can't afford that. I can counter though, and I will counter 10 plus Sam McQueen. They want 13 with a sell-on clause of 10%. Oh no, not in negotiation. I will edit the sell-on clause and we will up that considerably. And then propose a new transfer fee of 11. You can't. No, come on. Come on now. Be nice. Oh, stop it. I can't afford that. Well, I can, but then I'm not really too sure I'll be able to afford his wages. How about 12? That would definitely leave me enough to pay his wages. Stop it! I don't want to pay 13.1. Go away. I'm going to need the extra money to pay wages. Accept this. Accept it. Oh my god. They're being so stubborn. I know I'm being stubborn as well, but I'm being stubborn for a reason. Look, I'll offer you... Look, just accept that. Why would you not want that? You can't just add more money now. What are you doing? Oh, God. This is so frustrating because I really want Kieran Tierney. But I can't go too low because then I won't be able to afford his wages. Stop it! How they've gone from 13.1 and suddenly decided that they want 14. That's not how negotiation works, lads. You're supposed to meet in the middle. Oh, and they're going to take some time. You arseholes, Stoke City. Was it even Stoke City? It was Stoke that came in for him, wasn't it? No, it was Stoke that came in for Fraser Forster. I was just approaching him, wasn't I? Because Forster had gone. Regardless, you arsehole, Celtic. That's what I should have said. Oh, that's so frustrating. Well, we'll have to hope for another player sale then in the next episode, because clearly I don't quite have the finances to be able to get that one over the line. It's annoying. Right, that's going to be all for today. Thank you very much for watching. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days. Fred might be making his debut against us in the Cup as well. Player that we know well from the Roma series. I'll see you next time.